Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel. Look, I am just going to be completely honest with you guys right now because I am running on absolutely zero sleep and about 4 cups of cold coffee. And my brain is just spinning from everything I just read about what is coming up on Monday. I am typing this as fast as my fingers can physically move on this keyboard because we need to talk about the absolute massive train wreck that is about to happen on The Bold and the Beautiful this coming Monday, March 30, Lance handling Archer Low. So just bear with me if my thoughts are a little scattered or if this reads like a crazy person wrote it. Because honestly, I feel a little crazy just processing the sheer level of stupidity and drama that these characters are bringing to the table right now. And I mean that in the best, most soapy way possible. But seriously, some of these people need their heads examined, which is ironic considering one of them is literally a world-renowned psychiatrist. So let us just dive right into the deep end of this mess. The spoilers for Monday are here, and they are heavily focused on the absolute ticking time bomb that is the Deacon Sharp, Taylor Hayes, and Sheila Carter Sharp love triangle. And yes, I am calling it a love triangle, even though it is mostly just a web of lies and terrible, terrible decisions. Let us start off with Deke Sharp, because Deke is somehow getting pulled into this mess, and it is stressing me out for him. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Deke Sharp to turn to Hope Logan Spencer for advice. And this is where things get really sticky because fans already know that Deacon Sharp asked Hope to cover for him with Sheila so he could go be with Taylor. Deacon basically needed an alibi. He needed a cover story so his wife would not suspect that he was out sneaking around with another woman. And Hope, being the dutiful daughter who absolutely despises her stepmother, agreed to it. Hope wants her father away from Sheila more than anything in the world. She has never trusted Sheila. She will never trust Sheila. So in Hope's mind, helping her dad cheat on his wife is somehow the moral high ground because the wife is Sheila Carter. It is twisted logic, but it is very Hope right now. But now Deke is facing some sort of dilemma, and he turns to Hope for advice in tomorrow's episode. Does this have to do with Deacon or with something else entirely? But let us be real, it almost certainly has to do with Deacon. Because Deke is around Il Giardino all the time, he sees what is going on. He probably sees the way Deacon is acting, the guilt, the sneaking around, the lies. Deke might be feeling the pressure of knowing too much. Or maybe Sheila has been asking Deke questions about Deacon's whereabouts and Deke doesn't know how to handle it. So he goes to Hope because Hope is the one who helped orchestrate this fake date cover story. Deke probably needs to know how far he is supposed to take this lie. And Hope is going to have to guide him through it, which just pulls Hope even deeper into this toxic mess. And honestly, Hope should know better than to play games with Sheila. If Sheila finds out that Hope helped Deacon cover up his affair, Sheila's wrath is going to come down on Hope too. But Hope is just blinded by her hatred for Sheila and her desire to see her dad with someone safe like Taylor. But oh my God, let us talk about Taylor, because calling Taylor safe right now is the biggest joke of the century. Over at the Cliff House, Deacon and Taylor are spending time alone together, and they are both lying to people to keep their affair a secret. And the lies are just getting bigger and bigger. Taylor has lied straight to her daughter's face. Steffi Forrester Finnegan has been so incredibly clear about her boundaries. Steffi told Taylor to stay away from Deacon. Steffi gave her an ultimatum. She said, if you do not end things with Deacon, I will cut you off from this family. I will ban you from seeing me, from seeing Hayes, from seeing Kelly. Steffi laid down the law because Steffi is terrified of Sheila. And Steffi has every right to be terrified of Sheila. Sheila shot Steffi in an alley. Sheila shot Finn and left him for dead. Steffi's trauma is so real and so raw. And she begged her mother not to poke the bear. She begged her mother not to invite this danger into their lives. And what does Taylor do? Taylor completely ignores her daughter. Taylor thinks she knows best. Taylor is so consumed by her passion and her lust for Deacon that she is throwing all logic out the window. And it gets so much worse because right now, Steffi and John Finnegan are out of town. Finn took the kids, Kelly and Hayes, and they went on a short overnight camping trip. They just wanted some family bonding time, some peace and quiet. They left Taylor alone at the Cliff House. They trusted her to watch the house. They trusted her to be responsible, but Taylor thinks that because Sin is out of town, nobody will disturb them. She thinks the coast is clear. So she invites Deacon over to the Cliff House, to Steffi's house, to the house where Steffi lives with the husband that Sheila almost murdered. I just cannot get over the absolute disrespect of this move. Taylor is bringing Sheila's husband into Steffi's sanctuary. It is sick. It is twisted, and it makes me want to scream at my computer screen. Taylor is very wrong about nobody disturbing them. She is so wrong. In the next episode, the spoilers say Deacon and Taylor will get freaky. They are getting kinky with it in the Cliff House. They are stripping down. They are hitting the sheets. They are rolling around in bed and giving into all this pent-up tension that they have been fighting for weeks, and they think they are completely safe. They think they are in this little bubble of passion where the rest of the world does not exist. They are whispering sweet nothings to each other. Deacon is probably telling Taylor how much he wants her and how he can't stay away from her. And Taylor is eating it up because Taylor has always needed to feel wanted and validated, but they have absolutely no idea that Deacon's wife is on her way there right now. Yes, you read that right. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Monday reveal that fans will see Taylor get some unexpected company. While Taylor and Deacon are busy getting busy, Sheila is literally driving over to the Cliff House. And the reason she is going over there is just the most tragic, ironic, soapy twist ever. See, Sheila had a catch-up session with Lee Finnegan over at Il Giardino. And Lee casually mentioned that Finn and Steffi took the kids on an overnight trip. Lee mentioned that Taylor stayed behind and was at the Cliff House all alone. And Sheila, in her twisted, complex mind, actually felt bad for Taylor. Sheila thought about Taylor sitting all alone in that big house. And Sheila remembered the fact that she and Taylor actually used to be friends. They bonded. They had that massive moment on the roof where they saved each other's lives. Sheila was ready to jump off that roof because she thought she had killed Finn, and Taylor tried to talk her down. And then Taylor slipped and was dangling off the edge, and Sheila grabbed her and pulled her up. They shared a profound, life-altering trauma together. And Sheila still holds on to that. Sheila still thinks there is a connection there. Plus, Sheila thinks her husband is busy. Sheila thinks Deacon is on a date with Hope. Deacon lied straight to his wife's face. He told her he was spending the evening with his daughter. So Sheila thinks she has a free evening. She thinks Taylor has a free evening. So Sheila decides to be a good person. She decides to be a good friend. She goes out and she buys flowers, a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and she gets in her car and she drives to the Cliff House to keep Taylor company because she doesn't want Taylor to feel lonely. I just need to pause here and talk about the absolute tragedy of this specific moment because Sheila has tried so hard to be reformed. She really has. She has been on her best behavior for a long time. She works at the restaurant. She tries to be a good wife to Deacon. She tries to stay out of Steffi's way. And she is actually trying to do a nice thing here. She is bringing flowers to a woman who is currently in bed with her husband. The irony is just suffocating. It is brilliant writing, but it is so painful to watch. So Sheila arrives at the Cliff House. She walks up to the door with her flowers. The ocean breeze is probably blowing her hair. She is probably smiling, thinking about how surprised Taylor is going to be. She knocks on the door, but there is no answer because Taylor and Deacon are way too busy getting freaky in the bedroom to hear a knock at the door. And thank God they at least had the sense to lock the front door. Because if the door was unlocked, Sheila would have just walked right in and caught them in the act in the middle of the living room or wherever they are. But the door is locked. So Sheila doesn't just walk away because Sheila is persistent and Sheila wants to give Taylor these flowers. So Sheila goes over to the window, the big glass windows at the Cliff House, and she peers inside. And this is the moment. This is the moment everything changes. The spoilers state that when Sheila arrives, she will make a shocking discovery. She peers in the window, and what does she see? She sees her husband, the love of her life, the man who stood by her when the whole world hated her. The man who hid her in his tiny apartment when she was a wanted fugitive, the man who married her and gave her a legitimate life, she sees him and she sees Taylor. The woman she saved on the roof, the woman she thought she had a tentative understanding with, she sees them together, stripped down, intimate, betraying her in the worst possible way. Can you even imagine the look on Sheila's face? I am just picturing the actress playing this scene and it is giving me chills. The slow realization, the confusion turning into shock, the shock turning into absolute soul-crushing heartbreak, and then the heartbreak morphing into pure, unadulterated rage, the flowers dropping from her hands, the petals scattering on the deck, the monster waking up inside of her. Because we have to remember who we are dealing with here. This is Sheila Carter. This is a woman who cut off her own toe to fake a bear attack so she could escape the police. This is a woman who has shot multiple people. This is a woman who has poisoned people. She is a survivor, but she survives by destroying anyone who crosses her. And Deacon just crossed her in the most humiliating, devastating way imaginable. And it is not just the betrayal of the affair, it is the lie. Deacon looked her in the eye and used his own daughter as a shield. He used hope to lie to Sheila. And Taylor, the high and mighty psychiatrist who constantly judges Sheila and tells everyone that Sheila is a monster who can never change. Taylor is the one sleeping with a married man. Taylor is the one sneaking around in her daughter's house. The hypocrisy is going to make Sheila's blood boil. The spoilers tease a vengeful reaction. And honestly, I am terrified. For months, Steffi has been worried about Sheila targeting her family over Deacon's affair. Steffi literally predicted this exact scenario. Steffi knew that if Sheila found out, Sheila would not just blame Deacon, Sheila would blame Taylor. And by extension, Sheila would target the Forresters and the Finnegans. Steffi's worst nightmare is literally coming true while she is off roasting marshmallows on a camping trip with her kids. It is stated in the spoilers that Sheila will take matters into her own hands, but I am so afraid of what that means. What does taking matters into her own hands look like for Sheila in 2026? Does she confront them right then and there? Does she break the window? Does she find a spare key and walk in and just stand at the foot of the bed while they are getting kinky? That would be terrifying. Just standing there in the dark, watching them until they notice her. Or does she play the long game? Does she walk away, leave the flowers on the doorstep as a creepy little message, and go home to plot her revenge? If she plays this smart, she could absolutely destroy Deacon. She could take Il Giardino. She is his wife. She could ruin his business. She could ruin his life. She could go to the press. She could expose Taylor's hypocrisy to the entire medical community and the fashion world, but Sheila rarely plays the long, quiet game when she is this hurt. Sheila is reactive. Sheila is violent. Will she go after Taylor physically? Will she try to push Taylor off a real roof this time? Will she grab a weapon from the Cliff House kitchen? I am genuinely scared for Taylor's safety. Taylor is completely unarmed, literally and figuratively, and she is trapped in a house with a man who is equally defenseless against Sheila's crazy. And we cannot forget what Sheila just admitted to Lee Finnegan. During that catch-up at Il Giardino, before Lee accidentally dropped the bomb about Taylor being alone, Sheila had a moment of genuine vulnerability. Sheila admitted to Lee that it feels like Deacon is the only person she has left in this world. Think about how heavy that statement is. Sheila has alienated everyone. Her own son, Finn, barely tolerates her and only keeps a distance because of Steffi. Hayes is kept away from her. She has no real friends. She has no family that claims her. Deacon was her rock. Deacon was her safe harbor. Deacon was the one person who looked at her and saw a human being instead of a monster. And now that one person has betrayed her. He didn't just cheat on her, he cheated on her with the mother of the woman who hates Sheila the most. It is a targeted, specific kind of pain. When you take away the only thing a dangerous person has left to lose, you create a lethal situation. Sheila has nothing left to lose now. Her marriage is a lie. Her husband is a fraud. Her attempt at a normal life has just been shattered through a pane of glass at the Cliff House. I hope Deacon and Taylor are prepared for the consequences, but let's be real, they are not. They are completely oblivious. They are rolling around in bed thinking they are so clever, thinking they got away with it. They have no idea that the Grim Reaper is literally standing on the patio holding a bouquet of flowers. And what happens when Steffi comes home? Oh my God, the fallout with Steffi is going to be biblical. Steffi is going to pack up her car, drive home from the camping trip with Finn and the kids, expecting to walk into a clean, quiet house. And instead, she is going to walk into a war zone. Whether she walks in on the actual confrontation or she just walks in on the aftermath, Steffi is going to find out. Steffi is going to realize that Taylor brought Deacon into her home, her safe space, and she got caught cheating with him by Sheila. Steffi is going to realize that her mother put Kelly and Hayes in direct danger by bringing Sheila's wrath right to their front door. Steffi is not going to hesitate. She is going to follow through on her threat. She is going to ban Taylor from the family. She has to. Steffi doesn't mess around when it comes to protecting her children. She has drawn a line in the sand so many times, and Taylor just tap danced right over it. Keeping Taylor at a distance is going to be the only way Steffi can ensure her kids are safe, especially now that Taylor has a massive glowing target on her back painted by Sheila Carter. Taylor is going to lose everything. She is going to lose Deacon because Deacon is going to be busy trying to survive Sheila. She is going to lose Steffi. She is going to lose her grandchildren. She is going to be completely isolated. And honestly, she deserves it. She made this bed literally and figuratively, and now she has to lie in it. And Deacon is going to lose his wife, his restaurant, and probably the respect of his daughter, Hope, once this all blows up and Hope realizes how bad her advice actually was. Hope thought she was helping her dad find happiness, but she actually just helped him detonate a nuclear bomb in the middle of Los Angeles. I am just typing so fast because I cannot contain my anxiety over this episode. The pacing of this storyline has been so slow and steady, building up this secret affair, building up the lies, having Hope cover for him, having Steffi issue warnings. It has all been building to this exact moment. The moment the reformed villain realizes she is the only one playing by the rules and the good guys are the ones stabbing her in the back. It is going to be a masterclass in soap opera drama, the ominous music, the crashing waves outside the Cliff House, the heavy breathing inside the bedroom, and the silent, deadly stare of Sheila Carter looking through the glass. I need to know what Deke tells Hope. Does Deke try to warn Hope that Sheila is getting suspicious? Is that why Deke needs advice? Maybe Deke saw Sheila buying the flowers. Maybe Deke knows Sheila left the restaurant to go to the Cliff House, and Deke is running to Hope saying, "We have a problem. Your dad's cover is blown." But by the time Hope gets the message, it is going to be way too late. Sheila is already there. The discovery has already been made, the match has been struck, and the gasoline is everywhere. I am going to need to take tomorrow off work just to mentally prepare myself for Monday's episode. Because once Sheila takes matters into her own hands, nothing on The Bold and the Beautiful is ever going to be the same again. The Taylor and Deacon affair is officially busted. The secret is out, and the consequences are going to be deadly. All right, my fingers are officially cramping from typing this massive brain dump. I need another coffee and maybe a tranquilizer because my heart rate is way too high right now. Make sure you tune in on Monday, March 30, because you absolutely cannot miss the moment Sheila looks through that window. It is going to be iconic. It is going to be terrifying. And it is going to be exactly why we watch this show. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the comments. Will Sheila attack? Will she plot? Will Taylor survive the week? I am losing my mind over here.